There's a really exciting addition to a recent video I made that was all about creating a Claude skill to completely automate a monthly reporting task that I have to do in my role as a marketing analyst, where I regularly have to prepare data in Excel, cleaning it, formatting it, and presenting initial insights from the data back to stakeholders. But as is always the case with reporting, whenever your data is ready to go, it's inevitably going to have to find its way to a slide deck. That's where the Claude add-on in Excel that can connect one single conversation across 4 key Microsoft apps is going to be a complete game changer. So let's have a look at how easy it is to connect up and how easy it is to share data from Excel and have it sent straight over to PowerPoint. Just a quick shout out for the channel, guys. All the videos posted here will all be about AI and automation in spreadsheets. So if you're keen to learn more about AI and automation techniques that are all about helping improve the work we do in spreadsheets day to day, then don't forget to like and subscribe. And to learn more about this initial process where I cover Claude skills in Excel, covering cleaning data and then presenting initial insights from that data within Excel, that video is linked in the description. So first and foremost, it's all about getting the correct Claude add-in in Excel first. So if I go to, I've already got them installed here, but if you go to add-ons here, type in Claude, but I've got them here, you'll notice there's 2 options. I've installed both during the process in which I've been working with them. The first one is really just about Claude only for Excel, but then if this other one here, you'll see that it's Claude for Excel, it mentions, and PowerPoint and Word as well. That's the Claude across the 4 Microsoft apps, which is what we're going to be talking about today. So it's important to get that distinction correct and you're sort of adding in the correct one. So once you've got that installed here in Excel, and then if you head over to PowerPoint, you can also do the exact same thing. Head to add-ins on the ribbon and you've got Claude here as well in PowerPoint. Now there's a little bit of housekeeping before you can really get started. If I go back to the Excel version, you essentially first have to give it access to work across files, and the process by which you go through when you add these add-ins, it needs to connect to your Claude account. That's how it's going to share the conversation between apps. So here in Excel, I've got the Claude chat window open here. If I go to settings, and if you toggle this on here, the let Claude work across files, that essentially gives it visibility to the same conversation across the apps, and is how we're going to send data from Excel over to PowerPoint. It was a bit strange when I first got started. Initially, PowerPoint here couldn't see my Excel workbook, but my Excel workbook, when I prompted it, could say that it could see this PowerPoint document. I was essentially telling Claude here this in PowerPoint here. First I asked it, I said you can toggle that on in the settings. You actually can also just ask it to grant permission in this chat sidebar here. It told me to do that, how to do that here, and I said, well, the Excel workbook said it could see this document, and it said, oh, it's just come through. So it's just come through. So it can now see it. But that's correct. That's the exact same workbook that I want it to look through, and it can see the whole workbook, which is so impressive to be able to just ask it questions about, you know, if you work in a large department and there's lots of people that have like a master Excel doc that sort of is like an archive for data going back. That's a situation and roles I've worked in where we'll have data going back years sitting in an Excel doc. The thought that I can sort of even be in a PowerPoint creating slides and be able to ask it questions about another workbook somewhere else, I think is really cool. It's going to completely remove that manual effort of having to go back to the Excel workbook, go to the right tab, find the right values I need. I can just ask it here in PowerPoint. I think that's really, really handy. So all I'm going to do is simply prompt it and ask it to send certain data points from a few select tables on this tab that is essentially a few tables of top line stats and insights from all the data here, which is for a marketing department, a CRM team. This covers engagement for all the emails that go out to customers for this company. In the previous video, I created a Claude skill that cleaned all of this. I deliberately put some mistakes in, and I got the clean data, a tab logging all the errors, and then a dashboard showing all the top insights and things like that that I want to know on the regular, so stakeholders can come to this workbook and find their insights really quickly. But there's only a few key things that I know on the regular need to go over to this PowerPoint, so I've told it what tables to look at, table 1, table 2, and what I want carried over on the regular. So all I need to do as well here is just give it permission that it needs. I'm giving it permission to carry that data over to the PowerPoint. Great, so what's happened here is there's the conversation that's going on here in Excel. It's saying resent because I'm doing a trial run of this prior to making this video. Great, and what it's incredible that I did actually clear the column of values that I did in the trial run, and asking it to do it a second time. PowerPoint, for some reason, it is saying that it's not putting them in straight away, because I think previously I deleted the values. So I think it thinks that I don't want them there, so it's holding, it's waiting for me to come in and go, yes, please do this. Pretty much kind of an unnecessary step, I guess. If I create a skill from this, it won't come back and say, you sure you want me to do this? I'll just say, please fill the values again. And there we go, it's filled in the values that all look correct. Now this is getting a little bit into the details here, but one of the things I thought was really cool, this sample data set covers Q4, it's sample data and I just use it for videos to illustrate some of the techniques we're looking at. But on the PowerPoint slide, I do say that these stats are, and it's noticed I've put for July, that's just a mistake on my part building these elements for this video. But I do like that, looking at the finer detail, I do like that it's noticed that here. It says here, one flag, the workbook titles this data October to December 2025, not July. I asked PowerPoint not to relabel anything on that basis. It's kind of like a lot going on there. It's noticed details in PowerPoint, or that maybe that Claude in PowerPoint's passed over to Excel. It's then referenced that this Excel workbook says October to December, and it's kind of communicated, it says here, back to PowerPoint, not to relabel anything. So it's not the PowerPoint slide just taken out July and added in October to December 2025. It sort of left everything and made me aware of that. I think that's like, there seems to be a lot of things going on in those 3 sentences there that it's noticed across different apps. I thought was really cool. It's quite a good note, quite a good spot for it there. And there was only that slight confusion there because when I did the trial run before recording, I deleted all the values to basically repeat the process, and it's just thought that I'll hold before I put anything else in, just in case you didn't want anything else to go in, which was I also thought was quite smart. But yeah, this is just such a super helpful thing. You can see here it says handed off to PowerPoint. There is just now this shared conversation happening between the 2 apps, which is so helpful, especially if there's potentially a PowerPoint slide deck that's really long that I do want to pull data from straight into an Excel so I can work on it myself. That would be another really helpful scenario. But another really exciting element from this is, in the previous video, I've got one skill that covers sort of essentially 2 out of the 3 main stages of doing reporting: preparing the data, presenting the insights back in this workbook, to then exploring the fact that I can now have a conversation across apps where the data needs to end up in PowerPoint. I could add to that skill I've created where the final section is asking it to then pick out the data bits I need from the Excel workbook and carry that over to PowerPoint. Or potentially you could create a brand new skill that is only about selecting the bits of data that's needed, carrying it over to PowerPoint, or creating a new slide deck. Some initial concerns, I guess, are potentially in a skill that's asking it to clean and format the data, then create some tables that summarize the data. How do you know that the skill that then has to take that data, scoop it up and add it to PowerPoint is going to be taking the right bits from this section here? Like when I get the skill to summarize the data into some tables, just to make sure that it was absolutely taking the correct values that I wanted to add to PowerPoint, I did have to sort of dictate that in the prompt here. Please go to table 1, find this. Go to table 2, find this. But potentially that's maybe not a massive issue. That could be something that's just ironed out in a new skill that says the data will be summarized in the workbook, but please only select these certain elements. So that's all for today's video, guys. Thanks for watching. I would be really keen to hear how you've used Claude skills in Excel to automate any kind of regular tasks you do. So do leave a comment down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon for another video.